than myself. It's still dangerous, and all it takes is one lone actor, one person who reads this stuff, to act on what they have read, and whether it's a knife or acid, whatever it is, and these are things that are a genuine concern for me. It's one of the reasons why I won't bring my wife back to this country.
Prince Harry is returning to the UK as the guest of honour at this year's Well Child Awards, a cause that has been close to his heart for years. While many will be happy to see him supporting children with complex medical needs, Meghan, Archie and Lily will be staying behind in California, once again under the shadow of security concerns and the relentless attacks of the British press. Despite his heartfelt dedication to the causes he loves, it's no secret that Harry's relationship with the UK is fraught with tension. And at the heart of this rift is a story not just about Harry, but about a father, King Charles, and the deep betrayal that has left his youngest son vulnerable, alone, and unprotected.
Harry with his wife or his children. If that was a decision made, and it would have to be with the approval of the King and the Queen, be rest assured that the British government, in close concentration and with the Metropolitan Police, would make sure that they would receive together the right protection.
King Charles may have risen to the throne, but his failings as a father remain glaring. What we see today is a king who could ensure the safety of his son, daughter-in-law, and grandchildren when they visit the UK, yet chooses not to. Let's talk about why that is. Since stepping back from his role as a senior royal in 2020, Harry has faced a host of challenges, but none has been more distressing than the withdrawal of his family's security detail in the UK. As a member of the royal family, Harry had previously been entitled to state-funded security. However, when he and Meghan chose to step back from their roles, their security was revoked. This left Harry, Meghan, and their children vulnerable to the threats and hostility they continue to face from the British tabloids and the public. One might expect that in such a scenario, King Charles would step in to ensure the safety and well-being of his son, daughter-in-law, and grandchildren. Yet, despite the power and influence Charles wields as king, he has chosen not to intervene. The British press is relentless in its attacks on Harry and Meghan, and Harry himself has spoken out about the dangers these attacks pose. He has made it clear that the UK is too dangerous for his family to visit, citing the very real threat of violence that could be provoked by the hate-filled rhetoric in the media. Despite this, Charles has remained largely passive, refusing to take the necessary steps to ensure their security. This is not a matter of royal protocol or bureaucracy. King Charles could easily provide Harry and his family with the security they need by advocating for their protection. But his inaction speaks volumes. If Charles truly cared about his son and grandchildren, he would have ensured their safety long ago. This lack of protection feels eerily familiar. Remember how King Charles, then Prince Charles, failed to shield Princess Diana from the press after their divorce? Diana, like Meghan, was left exposed to the relentless scrutiny of the tabloids, with little to no protection from the institution she had once been a part of. That failure culminated in the tragic car crash that took her life in 1997. One would think that Charles, having lived through the fallout of Diana's death, would be especially sensitive to the dangers posed by the media and the importance of protecting his family. Yet, here we are again, another member of the royal family, vilified by the press and left to fend for themselves, while the monarchy stands by and does nothing. Harry has spoken openly about his fears that history might repeat itself with Meghan, and who could blame him? The tabloid attacks, the racism, the toxic media culture in the UK, it's the same story, just a different generation. And what is King Charles doing about it? Nothing. It is important to note that when Harry and Meghan decided to step back from royal duties, the monarchy's response was to strip them of their security, expecting that without the safety net of royal security, Harry and Meghan would find life untenable and come crawling back into the fold. Well, we all know that didn't happen. Harry has proven them wrong. Instead of capitulating to the pressure, he has taken a stand, fighting for his family's safety and well-being, even if it means legal battles and staying away from his homeland. And here's the kicker. King Charles could change all of this with a single decision. He has the influence to ensure his son's security, yet he chooses not to. Why? Because Harry didn't come crawling back to the royal fold with tail between his legs. Harry's resilience in the face of adversity has proven that he is not the spare the royals always assumed he would be. He has refused to be the scapegoat for the monarchy's problems, and instead he is carving out his own path, even if it means going to battle with the very system he was born into. Another important thing to note is that in public, King Charles presents himself as a doting grandfather, lamenting the fact that he rarely sees Harry and Meghan's children, Archie and Lilibet. The image he tries to project is one of a loving, concerned patriarch who yearns to build a relationship with his grandchildren. Yet actions speak louder than words, and Charles's refusal to address the issue of their security belies his true priorities. The reality is that if King Charles truly wanted to see his grandchildren, he would take steps to ensure their safety during visits to the UK. His inaction reveals that he is more interested in preserving his image as a benevolent father and grandfather in the tabloids than in actually fostering a meaningful relationship with his youngest son and his family. Instead of showing compassion and care, Charles has opted for performative gestures that do nothing to bridge the growing chasm between him and Harry. This dynamic is particularly glaring given Harry's repeated efforts to protect his family. From taking legal action against the UK government over security arrangements to making difficult decisions about their travel plans, Harry has shown that his primary concern is the safety and well-being of Meghan and their children. In contrast, Charles has done little more than lament the situation in public, without offering any concrete solutions. As he continues his reign, his legacy is already being shaped by how he has handled, or failed to handle, the issues surrounding Harry and Meghan. His reluctance to ensure their security and his superficial approach to his role as a grandfather reveal a monarch more concerned with appearances than with genuine relationships. King Charles has the power to bridge the gap with his son and ensure the safety of his grandchildren. But until he takes meaningful action, his public lamentations about not seeing Archie and Lilibet will ring hollow. And the real tragedy is that he could prevent the same mistakes that led to Diana's death. But so far, he seems unwilling to do so. Prince Harry will head to the Well-Child Awards to honour the resilience of young people, just as he's always done. But he'll be there without his family, because the country that should be his home isn't safe for them. And while Harry fights for security, King Charles sits idly by, letting his son take on the burden alone. Harry has shown us time and time again that he will do whatever it takes to protect his family, even if that means keeping them far away from the place they should be able to call home. And for that, he deserves our respect. So as we watch Prince Harry return to the UK for this important event, let's remember the real story here. A father doing everything in his power to keep his family safe, while another, King Charles, refuses to lift a finger. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about King Charles's inaction? And should he do more to protect Harry and his family? We'd love to hear from you.